historians. Welcome to the channel today. We have a new host for you today, and her name is Dakota. Let's give her a warm welcome as she dives into our next amazing story.
Thanks, Zoe. Hi, historians. I'm Dakota, and I'm going to walk you through a Bible story from God's point of view. Today's story is called Noah's Ark of Obedience. Let's get started.
God has appointed for me another offspring instead of Abel, for Cain killed him.
Adam and Eve had another baby and called him Seth. Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. After he begot Seth, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he had sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Seth lived 105 years and begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enosh lived 90 years and begot Cainan. After he begot Cainan, Enosh lived 815 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. Cainan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. After he begot Mahalalel, Cainan lived 840 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Cainan were 910 years, and he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years and begot Jared. After he begot Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. Jared lived 162 years and begot Enoch. After he begot Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. This means Enoch went to heaven without dying. Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamech. After he begot Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Lamech lived 182 years and had a son, and he called his name Noah, saying,
"This one will comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed."
After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old. He was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. At the end of 150 days, the waters had abated, and in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, and the waters continued to abate until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains were seen. The waters were dried from off the earth, And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah,
"Go out from the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth."
So Noah went out, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth, went out by families from the ark.
Lord, this past year has been difficult, but with your grace and guidance we made it through the flood. It seems like only yesterday that I sent the raven and the dove out to determine if the land was dry. I opened the window of the ark and sent forth a raven first to see if the waters had subsided, but they had not. Then I sent forth a dove to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground, but they had not. I waited another 7 days, and again I sent the dove out of the ark. This time the dove came back to me with a freshly plucked olive leaf in her mouth, and that is when I knew the waters were receding. Father, I remember life on the ark. It took a little while for all of us to live aboard the ark in harmony, but we made it work. Life aboard the ark was different than life on the earth. Caring for the animals was interesting. It was a joy and pleasure to look after your creation. It was no trouble at all making sure the animals were fed properly and kept safe. I am grateful you chose me and my family to fulfill your request to preserve life on the earth. Father, I remember when the rains first came and drenched the earth. The land covered in water was a sight to see. Lord, I remember that the flood continued 40 days on the earth. The waters increased and bore up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the face of the waters. The waters rocked the ark and moved us about, but we held on tightly to one another. Lord, I remember when you first spoke to me about building the ark. It took a while, but I accomplished what you commanded me to do. Lord, you told me to make an ark of gopher wood and to make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. You told me make the length of the ark 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You also told me to make a roof for the ark and finish it to a cubit above and set the door of the ark in its side. I made the ark with lower, second, and third decks as you commanded. Father, you said you will establish your covenant with me and to bring my wife and my sons and their wives into the ark so that we would live. I also brought 2 of every bird, animal, and every creeping thing of the ground, both male and female, to keep them alive as well. We also stored up every sort of food as you commanded so that we could eat. We shut the door to the ark, and for a long time all we could hear was rain and water crashing against the ark. We waited patiently for you to do your will in the earth. We know you did what you had to do to destroy the corruption in the earth. Father, thank you for sparing me, my family, and the creatures of the earth from the flood. I am grateful for your mercy, your grace, and your love.
Noah built an altar to the Lord and offered up burnt offerings on the altar to God. The Lord was pleased and made a decision that would impact the entire earth and its future.
Behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark. It is for every beast of the earth. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth.
Thank you, God. Praise your holy name, Lord. Hallelujah, Father.
Hey historians, let's head over to the podcast studio to discuss Noah's Ark with Zoe.
Welcome, historians. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let's welcome Dakota to the His Story podcast studio for our discussion today. Let's get started.
Hey historians, our story today was called Noah's Ark of Obedience. As you can see, Noah had a rich family history from Adam and Eve to Enoch, who went to heaven without dying. Noah worshipped, believed, and obeyed God, and with his obedience he received the blessing of life for himself and his family.
So, what does it mean to obey? In the simplest terms, it means doing what our parents ask of us. For example, when they ask us to do something such as clean our room, do our homework, feed the dog, get up for school, be good in school, avoid strangers, brush our teeth, or be kind to other people, we should do it. More importantly, we should follow our parents' instructions when they are not around. So when our teachers ask us not to talk in class, or the school has a policy of no running in the halls, our parents expect us to obey the authority figures over us when they are not there to watch us. In Proverbs chapter 3, God commands us to acknowledge Him in everything we do, and He will direct our path. He placed our parents, teachers, and government here on earth as authority figures in our lives. When we obey our authority figures, it's like obeying God. It is allowing Him to direct our paths. Proverbs chapter 3 also says that we should not be wise in our own eyes. That means that doing things our way is not the right way. When we follow God's way and obey Him, it brings health to our bones and life to our bodies. That means obedience keeps us out of trouble.
That's right, Zoe. Noah obeyed God's command to build the ark, and his obedience to God saved his entire family and 2 of every creature on the planet. Noah's obedience kept him and his family alive. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives lived and repopulated the earth. Noah's obedience and his desire to worship God, even after all he had been through, pleased God and caused him to make a vow never to flood the entire earth ever again. He set his rainbow in the sky as evidence of his vow to us. So, historians, whenever you see a rainbow in the sky, it means it is God reminding us of His covenant with us, a promise to never allow floodwaters to destroy the entire earth ever again. I love rainbows. They are a beautiful and colorful display of God's love for people and every creature of the earth.
Dakota, thank you for being our host for our 4th episode, Noah's Ark of Obedience. We hope you enjoyed this episode, historians. If you haven't seen episodes 1 through 3, don't forget to check them out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Join us next Sunday at 9 a.m. for another amazing story of the Bible from God's point of view. See you next time on His Story.